Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Sharp, and I'm the seventh child in a family with 17 children. I have 5 older brothers and 5 younger brothers, along with 1 older sister and 4 younger sisters. This family makeup is very rare, and not seen very much in today's society. I'm here to ask you one question, and that question is, does birth order impact a person's personality and communication style? After doing the research for this speech, I realized how much birth order does, in fact, impact a person's personality and communication style, and how the information was so accurate when comparing it to my own life and the lives of people around me. It is also very easy for me to use the information when communicating with my own siblings. I picked this topic because I can relate to all the different kinds of birth order from my own family, and because I can truly understand what it means to be a middle child. The purpose for this speech is to help inform us all of how strong an impact birth order has on a person's personality and communication style. The topic directly deals with communication from one sibling to another, from a parent to a child, from a child to a parent, and in every aspect of communication in a person's life. Self-concept and how each sibling is shaped differently, depending on where they fall in the order, is a question that we all have. I recently was looking on the internet and found a website called childdevelopmentinfo.com, where they stated all the different areas of birth and showed how they relate to a person's personality. The first is the only child, where they show common attributes of being a spoiled, incompetent, center of attention, and is often enjoying a high position. Self-centered, relies on others, feels unfairly treated when they don't get their own way. The second is the first child, similar as the only, but takes a feel of superiority over all the other children. Must always be right, highest IQ of all the kids, on average 3 points higher than the second child, which equates to 15 points higher on their SAT score. The next is the second child, who lacks attention, feels in the shadow of the eldest, may rebel, and is very, very lonely at times due to the lack of attention.
Can you move your feet?
And now the third child, or middle child, feels life is unfair, unloved, left out, but is adaptable. And finally, the youngest, who feels like an only child at times, expects others to do everything for them, becomes a boss of the family, always getting their own way, youngest and eldest, often ally. Now the next thing I want to talk about is self-esteem, how the birth order has patterns and influences different levels of confidence in people. A survey taken by Vistage, an international CEOs organization, says that 43% of CEOs in high corporations are the eldest child, whereas 33% middle and 23% lastborns. Now, another survey by Richard Zuggenheft of Guilford College in North Carolina showed Congress is overloaded with firstborns, and most picketers that he interviewed in many different rallies were later or lastborns. Now to talk about how birth order impacts communication in all aspects of life. I read a book where the birth order effect, called The Birth Order Effect and How to Better Understand Yourself and Others, written by Clifford Isaacson and Chris Radish. In this book, Isaacson studied birth order and birth order techniques in order to use in counseling. He was a minister at a church in Georgia, I believe, and counseled many different couples. But one couple he writes about in the book. This couple came to him for help. The man was a third-born and sought help after a fight with his wife, where she said she was discontent with the marriage. The man told him about how he would come home and tell his second-born wife just the conclusions of his day and not the details. So after speaking with Isaacson, they decided that the man would make notes about all the details of his day and then use them when he got home to tell his wife and about his day. This worked because second-borns are more detail-oriented. The wife needed these details to suffice. So, to conclude, I would like all of you to become more aware of your traits due to your own birth order and traits of your loved ones based on their birth orders. so you and everybody else around you can have a better communication in your relationships. Thanks.
5 even.
Oh, that's
You
what
guys
need,
are still
5?
talking. Why are